Yeah.
Yes, and we are live. YouTube live setup ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. I'll just give you the link. Okay. ಆ YouTube live link WhatsApp ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅರವಿಂದ್.
Yes.
There you go. Then yes, and we have you online.
Hello.
And hello, Quickie.
Hello.
Yes, ನಾನು ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ ಆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್.
ಹೌದು, ಸರಿ. ನಾನು ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ.
ಎಸ್, sounds good. Live now. Done.
ಕುಳಿ ದರ್ಶುಗೆ ಡಾನ್ಗೆ 4.
There you go. Yes. Done. So, okay, back to the video, making sure things are good.
Yes.
Ali, I
Check
see
with
some
mates.
people have joined. Yes. Adralli. And then I see, okay. I see people are joining in. Hi,
Yes.
Champ, of course. Hi, Champ has to come. Ali. And then let me see. View gallery. There you go. I think we both are in. Ivaga. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. It's all good to go. Ivaga. Okay. So thank you, Aravind, first of all, for joining in.
Hey.
Check with mates. Of course, I have to get a call right now. So, okay. So it is the two of us, and I see, okay, man, you look like a king on the YouTube frame. So that is awesome. So first things first, I was, of course, prepping for this podcast,
Yes.
and then I had to introduce my guest. Amele alli, I read all sorts of things, from how you started your journey in 2005 up until the world's toughest Dakar rally that you finished as the first Indian ever, and then the Big Boss happened, and then the movies have been happening. So the
Second Indian ever.
I see.
Yes,
Sorry.
only Indian in 2019, but second Indian.
Oh, first Indian yaru?
Santosh CS anta. He was my
I see.
teammate earlier, but then he was racing. He was racing with Hero when he did it privately in 2015.
Oh, I see. See, I
Yes.
always knew that you were the second Indian on that, but I was tricking the audience, making sure they don't believe me in everything I say. So please verify, right? So like anything on internet, that is who I am. But nange Wikipedia odad mele. First of all, congratulations on everything that you've been through, right? It's unbelievable feat. ನನಗೆ
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I only have one question for you, Arvind. For a person of your stature, why are you responding to my messages of all?
Because truly I connect with your humor, you know. I'm a person with humor as well, but then it's like it's very hard for me to make people understand that what my humor is. So I think humor kind of brings us together.
No, absolutely. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ನನ್ಗನ್ಸಿದ್ದು you had to be the first guy here, right? I'm truly honored to have you. I'm truly honored to be connected with you in the first place. So hange
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Kannadalli I hadn't seen someone play chess. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ I reached out to you, and then thanks for doing this. See, chess and life is very similar.
Yes.
Strategies ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ in any which way, right? So first things first, we'll start with the game of chess ivaga.
Yes.
And then as we play, as you make your moves or I make my move, we'll also talk about few different things adralli. Hangene I'll keep an eye on the YouTube channel as well. Alli ಏನ್ questions ಬರ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, please, if you have any questions to Arvind, please do ask away, and then idralli whenever I can plug it in, I will. Sarina, so now let me challenge you to play the
Chess.
game. Yes, the game of chess. Invite link ansute. Okay.
Yes.
Keep your wind. Yes. Really. And then I'll also start sharing the screen so that
Yes.
people can watch the game. Ali idbanta. Did you get the challenge?
Howdu, just a second. Game review challenge.
Whoops.
Draw by agreement. Bantu. Accept.
Okay,
Yes.
There you go. Okay, I think this should be good to go, Ivaga.
Yes.
So I will keep you on the right side, and then I have the YouTube channel. Okay, the first questions first is marriage yavaga. So YouTube ali, yes, extremely relevant questions. So we will get to that also. So okay, generally I'll do my e4. That's where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, the game totally 60 minutes irutte. So totally within the game, I think we are okay. You can take your time to make a move, ataradella, and then we'll see how the game progresses. So generally, what's your introduction to chess, sir? When you chess model yavaga adidira, how did you get into the game, if you have played actively before or even otherwise?
ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ರರಿ ಬಟ್ ಆರ್ಥೋಡಾಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆಸ್ ಆಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ವೆಲ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಬೆಟರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಆ ತರ ಸುಮಾರು ಔಟ್ಲುಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಚೆಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಸಿಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ನನ್ಗೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಅಣ್ಣ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡಿದಂತ ಆಟ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್.
ಐ ಸಿ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ರೇನೋ ನಮ್ಗೇನೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿ ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯೂ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್. So ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ as they wish ತರನೇ ಇರ್ಲಿ. Let's see how this goes. ಬೇಗ ಮುಗ್ದೋದ್ರೆ we'll play another game as well. Meanwhile I'm picking up some questions. The one thing that I forgot to mention in your intro is next up is your movie as a leading man. Really.
Correct.
Right? ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಕಥೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಕಥೆ.
The question is movie ಯಾವಾಗ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಂದೂವರೆ ತಿಂಗಳು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲೈನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So
Nice.
now it's just marketing strategies ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡೋ ತರ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ. And when everything goes and it's reached everybody, we are planning to come on the screen.
Nice. So ivaga I've made my E4 and D4 moves, Aravind. So
Okay.
Illi in your opening, do you have a favorite opening? What are your strategies in the chess?
To be honest, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಆ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಆ ಗೇಮ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಡಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. I've not delved in so much into it, but it was just ಟೇಬಲ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಡಿ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಗ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದೆ. So that's how that is how I learned.
Nice.
Yes. ಇದನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ನಾನ್ ತಾನೇ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇವಾಗ.
ಹೌದು.
Yes. Why am I not able to move it? 400. Sorry. ಇವಾಗ for example, I have the C.
Oh,
I'm supposed to.
You know what? My bad. Illi a time go ಏನೋ ಗೇಮ್ ನಿಂತೋಗಿದೆ ಅದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yeah. Sorry, let's see if we can do a new game. Idರಲ್ಲಿ maybe it's the 8 second or something like that. ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
Okay.
ಬಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗೇಮ್ ಬಂತ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಇಲ್ಲ,
ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಬಂತು.
Yes. Okay. I'll do the same again.
I will do the same again.
And there you go. Illidivi ಈಗ. And now nice. That's a good move. So clearly you are not a tabletop guy. So I'm getting hints of a player. Guys, I have to focus in the game now. KP has started pretty well. So yeah. On one note, idral ಆಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ in the game itself, right? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ strategies ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. I lack understanding of motorsports per se. Ali, is it similar? Do you have opponents? Do you have all sorts of control that you need to do, and then strategy ಮಾಡಿ opponent na henge, I don't know, not really manipulate, but how do you win over them strategically? ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಾ?
The plain and simple strategy is work hard. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು, ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಶೋರ್.
ಇವಾಗ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು. ಇನ್ನು I wonder how long it is going to give you. I think it might be longer. ಇವಾಗ 8 second ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. Maybe because it was the first move. ಅವಾಗ
first move. Okay.
Yeah. He's the best of all, before whom all fall. Fortune kisses his efforts. Take a call.
The best thing that you can strategize is your preparation towards how you can make your race easy for yourself. Obstacles idde irutte, so you have to anticipate as to yaru ellige move ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I'll have to anticipate my move ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Correct.
So races ಅಲ್ಲಿ the best part is there are different forms of racing firstly, and different forms of racing needs different forms of preparation and strategy. So for example, if I'm riding a supercross or a motocross race, then all the races, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೇಸರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. 30 ರೈಡರ್ಸ್. ಮೋಟೋಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 30 ರೈಡರ್ಸ್, ಸೂಪರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಗೇಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು 20 ರೈಡರ್ಸ್ ತನಕ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
Right.
So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 8 to 10 seconds ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಓನ್ ರೇಸ್. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 680 meters ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೋಟೋ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 200 meters ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆತರ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ 8 seconds ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ beat 20 guys and be in the front and make your race so much more easier for yourself.
Right.
ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದೇ ತರ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಮೋಟೋಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇಮ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು 200 meters ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾರನ್ನು ಬೀಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ರೂಷಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜೈಸ್, you do well in your practice and you strategize your start gate in such a way that you get to the first corner first.
Okay. So illi to manage the game and talking as well, because also nangu this is new, so maybe when I'm talking you can move, when you're talking I can move, but which also means I will have to figure out how to pay attention to what you're saying as well, right? So
ಅದೇ ಇವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಚೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ, ರೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು intentional, KP. The whole idea is in the game of chess, end of the day I have to win, right? So I will make sure
I have to win.
So I will make sure I distract you as much as possible, right?
Yes.
So idralli I'm sure I'm bound to make mistakes ivaga, but hange ಈ ಗೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ನನ್ಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ I can follow up on a problem, but to stay focused on it when you are down, right? Is the hard one. Like irrespective whether it is race or life, have you had failures or low phase when you are required to focus more, ontara pull up your socks and go kill it moment? Have you had those? How do you deal with them?
See, racing is as such that you have to face failures. It's not every day is not Sunday. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ನೀವು
see, while KP is thinking, message to all of you people who are watching online, right? So there is a chance that you might end up winning 2 tickets to Ardambarda Premakate eventually. So keep an eye on this. Give the best of your comments ಇಲ್ಲಿ. irrelevant ಆಗಿ ಮದ್ವೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಕ್ಳು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋ ಬದಲು ask relevant questions. ಆ ತರ questions ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ there are so many press and reporters there, so don't worry about it, right? ನೀವುಗಳಾದ್ರೂ relevant questions ಕೇಳಿ, and then we'll get those answers, and then of course the winner gets a couple of tickets. Aravind, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ?
Yes, ಕೊಡುವ 10 ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರು ಕೊಡುವ.
there you go. Champ dream to make a proud. Okay, next training ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ next race ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ one of the questions I saw.
ಸೊ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಅದು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುವ. ಇದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ರೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಚ್ ದಟ್ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಫ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆನ್. See, every day is not Sunday. ನೀವು ದಿನಾಗ್ಲೂ ವಿನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. There are different elements which determine your win also. It might not be physical, but it might be technical issues that you face. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಾಡಿ ಏನೋ ಕೈ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನೋ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಈ ವಿಂಡೋ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿನೂ ನೀವು ಆ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಚೀಚೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಕ್ಕ. ನೀವು ಆತರ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬೆಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಯು ಈಗೋ. ಫೇಲಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಫೇಲಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫೇಲಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯು ಸಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಇಂಟ್ರೋಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ರಾಂಗ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ವಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯು ಟೆನ್ ಟು ಲೂಸ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಆನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಲೈಫ್.
Correct. So I think one thing ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ when you're going through failures, you're mentally down also, right?
Yes.
But see, when you're physically down, perhaps it's much easier to pick yourself up. But when you're mentally down, then other than motivating yourself, because that has to come from within.
Yes.
Do you have a shortcut to pulling up yourself?
See, the shortcut I would suggest is surround yourself with the right kind of people. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜನರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಹಚಾರ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓವರ್ ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಹಂಗಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ 10 ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರೂ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಹೌದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಜನಗಳು ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಆಚೆ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಲಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಿಜಾನೇ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಕ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೈ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಆಸ್ ಟು ಏನು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ದಾರಿ ತಪ್ಪೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಕಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಡೌನ್. ಯು ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನಿಂಗ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಒಂದೇ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ವಿನ್ ಆದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನೋ ಯು ಬೆಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀನ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, they've seen us grow, they've known us better when we ourselves did not understand who we are and what we wanted to do out of our lives.
Correct.
ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಹೋಪು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ ಡಿಮನ್ಸ್. So there is no other way out of it. So ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, there will be pessimistic thoughts which crops up. There are negative things which will haunt you. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಾಶ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯಾಕಾಯ್ತು, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅದು ಕಲ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀನಿ, ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಾಶ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ that will keep haunting me. But then how do you get over it is what you are made of. That is what champion material is made of.
Correct. Let me visit the comments while you make your move.
Yes.
Nice.
So ಹಾಗೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. And then when you're very down, I think you just have to go for a walk.
True.
When nothing is working. When see that you always should hope for the better, but you should keep doing what you have to do, no matter what the result is.
Yeah. So one day, how spirituality in your life? Like, it's easy to go spiritual when you're down and forget spirituality when you are up and doing well. Right?
Yes.
What's spirituality in your life? Or are you spiritual, not spiritual? How is that?
No, I come from a spiritual family. I'm very spiritual as well. Since my formative years, I grew up around temples and in a very orthodox family. ಸೊ ನನ್ಗೆ ಮಡಿ ಮೈಲೆ ಅದು ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೂನು we need that higher power to bless us for us to become good. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಟು ಅಸ್ ದಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಅ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೇ ಅಸ್ ಟು ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ ಕೊಡು, ನನ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದ್ ಮಾಡು, ನಾನು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ನನಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹತ್ರ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವನು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಟೌನ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಉತ್ಸವ ಪರ್ಯಾಯ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಬೆಳೆದವರು. ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಆ ಉತ್ಸವದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವರನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾರಿ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಗೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಉಪಕರ್ಮ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಜಪ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ವಂದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So I was always inclined towards it, and I definitely am spiritual. Nano, it is not just when I am low. When I am low, I start questioning what. Right. When I'm doing good, I keep thanking, and when I'm low, nange questions barutte. ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳೋಣ, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to be as good as I can. ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನೊಂದು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆದ್ರೂ ನನ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅವಾಗ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರೋದು, ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆತರ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು and then whenever I ask my parents or elderly people, they would easily just tell me as to ನೀನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ತೊಂದರೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ಬಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಫುಲ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಬೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಲರ್ನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೈ ಎಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಅಂಡ್ nowadays it's so that ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ which makes me feel humbled and which makes me feel thankful to whatever I have, I just look above and thank the man upstairs.
Yeah, makes sense.
ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಮೂವ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು. And I see lots of people watching, joining. Ellaru, they only have awesome things to say about you. Idralli. And oh my god, ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ they're like, I don't know, 200 Arvia fans who are there and then cheering for you, atara ella, which is heartening to see. There is on one hand, given the fact that the motorsports is also upcoming in India and the likes of those, there is that. And also Big Boss ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಒಂದು platform, it gave you, I'm assuming that gave you a lot of popularity as well.
Definitely. If not for Big Boss, I don't think anybody else other than the enthusiasts and the people who are inclined towards motorsports and riders or the enthusiasts bittu bere yargu gottirilla. ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಟರ್ನಿಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು enthusiasts ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ, even my neighbors didn't know what I actually did. ರೇಸ್ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾನಂತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ರೇಸು, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾಂಪಿಯನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. And it was like a taboo, from a small town like Udupi. Conservative orthodox families, they all want their kids to become engineers or doctors or find a 9-to-5 job and do good for themselves as a settled ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ತರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ ಅದು. ಸೊ for me to have been doing that was like a taboo, so people didn't know, most of them didn't know, and probably might have not cared to know.
Right.
So but Big Boss made it different.
So ee thara when you're getting adulation ishtondu, attention ishtondu, appreciation ishtondu, idella, now two-part question, right? One, now of course the responsibility is much higher. There are too many people backing you up. I see comment ಅಲ್ಲಿ Dr. Balaji or Dear Balaji, I don't know. He's
Huh.
saying, bro, want to train with you. I want to become a racer. Athara. Like you're very inspirational as well. Even to me, honestly speaking, when I
Oh.
see your interviews or when you speak, I listen. People listen, right? So how do you make sure you stay humble? One, and two, how do you go back and win again this time? Because now the responsibility is higher.
See, first of all, thank you for being so kind and telling me that I'm inspiring and all of that. I feel extremely honored to have been given the chance to inspire people like the way I am. And staying humble is the easiest thing that you can do. It doesn't need any class or it doesn't need any work. The most how can I say? See, in this world full of competition, staying humble, there is no competition at all. So you can easily win.
Right.
So, and I think the more you think of your roots and you're connected with your roots and don't forget where you came from. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಯಾವ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ಸಾಥ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿರಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ, I think staying humble is very, very easy. And again, to win, I think what happens is it's ನಾನು ರೇಸಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲ, ರೇಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಗಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಾಗ್ಲೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಬೈಕ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್. ನಾನು ಗಾಡಿ ಓಡಿಸೋದು ಹಾಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಕ್. ನನ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಡ್ವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾರನ್ನೋ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನೋ ವಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೌ ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು, it's me, my bike, my track, and hitting the right note every time. You know what I mean ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಪಿಯಾನೋ ನುಡಿಸ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯೂನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇದೊಂದು ನೋಟ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. And that is what exactly happens when I ride my bike with my helmet on, and my focus is on the track, and my whole body is feeling how the bike revs, and it all is in sync, and that's dange I have to hit the track, hit the spot every time, and feel good about it. And that is the only thing which runs here when the gate drops. When the gate drops, the bullshit stops ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಆತರ.
Yeah,
it's my move.
Yeah, it's your move, and then your queen is in trouble.
Yeah, I saw it.
So talking the game of chess, right? So one of the things is also about making sure you have the control, yet you are defending your queen, king, everything, right? So which means making sure you are not losing sight of so many of these things. So which directly relates to life again, right? Which is like, okay, how do you make sure you are not losing your sight of the goal, Athara? But when you are ambitious person, how do you keep a check of that and then make sure you're not over ambitious? The goal is in your sight, but you're doing the most basic thing. ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ ವಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡದೆ putting in those hours of practice and those kind of things, right? How do you keep a check on that while making sure you are still ambitious but not over ambitious? What's on that?
See, what I can tell you, I can't generalize this topic, but then I can tell you how I dealt with this and how my life shaped up when I had challenges like this. Like, I was not over ambitious, but then I don't think there is something called over ambitious. If your mind can perceive something, I think you can do it. You see, there is some connection between your mind and your capacity. There is, if you don't if you think of certain stuff like, I will fly tomorrow like Superman, that is not possible. That's a different, that is you being insane. But like you said, if it is goal oriented and it is towards making yourself putting yourself in a better position, or how can I say, I'll have to find a right word to it. So when you can perceive something, you can definitely do it. So that's what I mean to say. And my goals initially were small, and as and when I reached that goal, there were bigger goals which just cropped up right then when I achieved it. And
Right.
my focus initially was just to reach to the next goal, right? And once I achieved it, there is something which cropped up, and I started working towards that goal. And that's how I accumulated a lot of goals. And over the years, it looks like there was only one goal of winning, but that's not how it worked, right? So initially I started a different form of racing, and then I started winning there. One goal was achieved, and then post that, I had to move to a bigger category. I had to climb up the chain, and then that was the goal. Once I achieved it, then there was a new challenge which cropped up. Then that became the goal, and that's how cumulatively all the goals were achieved in different stages. But when from a third person perspective, it looks like all of this was just one goal. No, that doesn't work like that. And like you said, see, to achieve something, you have to sacrifice. Your life is monotonous. You can't see your friends. You can't be with your family. You can't party like others. And there is so much that goes into being a champion. There is so much that goes into being or achieving what you want to. See, all of this is determined with the want. How badly you want to do it. It's not just the desire to win, right? Desire is just one part, but then how badly you want to make that desire happen to you is what is the key to make it happen.
Right. Yeah. So on the game, just a quick check. Idrali, I'm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we are doing good on time. Idrali.
Yes.
So once you make your move, I want to hear about your next goal. Next, if there is something like that, what are you aiming for? Of course, there is movies coming up. I'm assuming
Yes.
there is movies, and then ನಾನು ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಕಥೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದೀನಿ, of course. But
Yes.
is there something else that is happening, and how do you perceive these movies that is happening now, which is an entire new switch?
Yes, like I just was expressing 5 minutes ago. Currently, my biggest goal is Ardhambarda Premakate. And I'm all in to make it a good movie, right? So post this, I'm all in. Idu ondake dedicated agidini. I'm practicing for sure. Like somebody asked, ನಿಮ್ಮ questions, YouTube questions ittu. I am in practice. I am in touch with the racing, but I am not racing as of now. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 4 ಸ್ಕ್ರೂ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ತೆಗೆಯೋದಿದೆ. What happens normally is when you have an implant and if you crash, the bone will not break, but then it will bend. So if the leg bends, then my doctors will not be able to remove the implant which is in line with the leg, right? So adike they've asked me not to push myself and crash and break it. So ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ I am off racing for now, but then ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಕಥೆ ಅನ್ನು ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುವಂತ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ತೆಗೆದು ರಿಕವರ್ ಆಗಿ 2025ಗೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ರೇಸಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ.
Oh, wow. But it feels like long time, but I'm sure it does take that kind of time to recover, to prep, and then go there.
Yes, because see, especially cross country rallying is not an easy job. It is very physical. ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ನೀವು ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಷ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಡಕಾರ್ ಹೋದ್ರೂ it is still not enough. So imagine how much you'll have to prep. So it is not that today I decide and I can go right tomorrow. Adu hage nadiyudilla. And I've raced for 17 years, and I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid to go put myself in harm's way, and it is life threatening. So you have to be careful as to with your choices as well. It's not just Josh. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಜೋಶ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ನೀವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ರೈಟ್. Yeah, I've made my move.
Yes.
16 screws. Yeah, your messages. Uh, oh my God! Finally, someone said, "Vinay, I like your video." Oh man, thank you, thank you. But no, today we won't talk about my videos, but Arvind's videos. But yes, so this being the first episode, right? I do want to request you all to subscribe to this channel. Idralli, see, look, this is exactly what it is, right? Nange, I love playing a game of chess and such conversations, and who better than you for this conversation? So thank you so much, Arvind, for doing this. I can't thank you enough, actually.
No. Again, you're being very kind, Vinay. It's good that we are sitting on a chess table and we are discussing things like this. It is important. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ with the fast life that you have, when you go outside, you don't really get to talk about things which are very, very intricate and which do not come outside in general public, right? So
Yeah.
ಹೀಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ with a game perspective, your mind kind of processes differently, and then when there is a different kind of camaraderie which is going on, I think it gets very in detailed expression.
Yes. No, absolutely. Then I think to the point of projects and movies and the likes of those, right? Were you an actor? Were you always an actor? I always feel like it's very hard for a sincere guy to be a good actor, right?
Yeah.
So for someone like me, it's very easy to be an actor. Right? So how was acting for you?
Acting was tough initially, but then I always consider, you kind of put on an act for everybody in your life, right? Like now, currently, I am talking to you in a certain way. This is an act.
Right.
You talk to your father in a different way. That is an act.
Correct.
You talk to your mother in a different way. That's an act. You don't talk to your mother the way you talk to your father, right?
Right.
So that is an act in itself. So
Correct.
that was the first thing that was told to me regarding acting by someone called Amir Dalvi. He is my good friend, and he's a fellow racer as well. He works in Hindi TV industry as well, and he's an actor himself. So I was like, how do you act? I had this question to him saying, how do you act? And this is the exact explanation he gave me as to do not complicate it for yourself. Just think back, sit and think back in your house. How do you talk to your father? Do you talk to your father the way you talk to your mother? No. Do you talk to your mother the way you talk to your father? No. That itself is an act. If you are capable of bringing this act whenever you want with another person considering the same hierarchy, then that is acting, is what I was told. But that being said, when it's a different story, when you're sitting like this over the phone and having a conversation, interview, and blah, 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 you can act and act all cool and act all tough, and all of that is a different story. But then when you go on a set ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಮರಾ, ಒಬ್ರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಒಂದು ಲೈಟ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್, ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಮನ್ಸು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ರು, ಕೋ-ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಬರಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿಕ್ದವ್ರೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ ಕಣ್ಣು ನಿಮ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸಿನಾರಿಯೋ ಆಲ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಸೊ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು, ಒಂದು ವಾರ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂಡ ಸೆಟ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದೆರಡು ದಿನ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಓಕೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ though I was acting okay, though I was putting on a poker face and saying it's all cool, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, there was always self doubt and questions as to ಏನು. And especially when you have people whom you know around you, ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ನೀನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ.
Right.
So initially it was tough, but then ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಕೌಶಿಕ್ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆದವರು, ಅಂಡ್ ರವಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಟಿ.ಒ.ಪಿ, ಅಂಡ್ ನನ್ನ ಕೋಸ್ಟಾರ್ ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಹುಡುಗ ಅವರು, ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಹುಡುಗ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ವಿತ್ ಹರ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ a lot easier in that perspective. And then they would always help me with how I have to how I had to calm myself down and not worry too much, and be myself, and not overthink and try and spoil what is already good. ಆತರ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉಪ್ಪು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ನಾಶ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆತರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ, ಉಪ್ಪು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನೀನ್ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಜುಗರ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ.
Nice. Yeah, it's your move while I read some comments.
Oh, it's my move, is it?
It is. I made the rook to E1.
Yes.
So, yeah, Vivek is asking Vinay, when are you getting married? Anta? Look, as soon as my wife agrees, I will marry. Again. So, we are okay on that. So, ನಾನು ರೆಡಿ ಇದೀನಿ ಮದ್ವೆಗೆ. Somehow my wife is I don't know. We'll talk to her. ಸಂಜೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ. Yeah. Oh my God, too many people are interested in your marriage, Aravind. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ yeah. Oh, this is a good question. Annapurna Sharma is asking, are you a perfectionist in acting also?
Are you a perfectionist in acting? Just a second.
Sure. Take your time.
I am trying to. Yes.
Nice move.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a perfectionist. This is my first movie, so you should come. Whoever is asking this question should come to our movie, watch it, and whenever next when we sit like this, ask the same question. They should tell me as to how was my acting. I always try and give my 100%. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ರಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಕೈ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ I've worked, ನಾನು prepared myself well, and I've done a good job. But this is not the time to self appreciate and self evaluate. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ, ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಟ್ರೈಡ್ doing everything that is right for me to do my job correctly.
Yeah. So you see, being at the top of your professional game in one field, when you go as a newbie to another field like acting, athara enaru, was there something you took there and then say, oh guys, don't worry about this I know how to do it, not with the hint of arrogance, but with the hint of self-confidence?
Yes. See, the only major thing that I took with me from racing to acting is never give up. And be open to everything. When I started acting, I came back to being the novice that I started racing, which I started ivagle na race start madiddu. I was a novice. So I became a student of my director. I became a student of my DOP. I become a student in the set. From everybody, I was learning what I didn't know, and whatever I knew, I kind of brushed it and made it better from all of these experiences. So plus innondu anta helidre, since I've been racing, and I've been racing at the highest level, and in an extreme level, and I've raced successfully and won championships through the years. There is a certain part in me which tells me that whatever is thrown at me, I definitely can do justice to it, and do a good job in return, anta. So self-confidence and never give up attitude, and open to being, open to learning.
Yeah. No, and Vivek is saying KP Anna acted in Nanu Mattu Varalakshmi and Bangalore Days.
Correct.
Anta. So he's mostly telling me, yes, Nanu Wikipedia was, so I knew. But that's a good point, right?
Yes.
How did the foray into movies happen before Big Boss? Since you've done already a couple of them.
Yeah, then
or maybe more.
Then I was not really I was not the lead in the cinema. Nano lead hero agi act madilla. I had acted as Aravind K.P. That also is really tough in these days, alva. Aravind K.P. agi yaro nannana cinemaದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it's a matter of pride for me. And since Bangalore Days was had some racing sequences and all of that involved, and that's how they kind of got in touch with me, and they wanted this thing to go on in the movie. So I did the riding part for Dulquer Salman, and then our helmet tegeyo age ididu. So there are some parts of the race which was the actual race, and there were some parts which we stitched here in Bangalore. But then the whole riding part, number 69, is me. And Dulquer, I was the one who was riding for Dulquer. And Anjali Menon, the director of that cinema, was kind enough to even put us in the movie, give us a cameo role as Aravind K.P., who is talking to the coach and encouraging the coach to take Dulquer Salman to his team so he can win and all that. So that was just a small part in Bangalore Days, but that movie did really well. And Nanu Mattu Varalakshmi also, again, same scenario. They wanted my help in choreographing the whole race sequence, and me and a few other racing friends of mine, fellow racers, did the whole action sequence of racing. And then I was the one behind the helmet for Prithvi, who was the hero in that movie. And another cameo wherein I walk in and give him the trophy for his winning and all of that. So that is how it was before Big Boss. And post that, now Ardhambarda Prema Kathe is my first movie as a lead in the cinema, as and acting not as Aravind K.P.
Are there similarities between the two? Between Aravind K.P. and who you are in Ardhambarda Prema Kathe?
Solpa, maybe on Solpa there are some traces that which can relate to racer Aravind K.P. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I see. Nice. So Illi Swaroop Joshi is asking some tip, but I will twist it a little bit. And then does Aravind K.P. also get stuck in silkboard traffic, or does he know to ride that better? Bangalore traffic will ride. Silkboard traffic.
And no rider is above Bangalore traffic. I get stuck for myself. And what I do is I do not move around in Bangalore in the peak hours. I plan my days really well, and I am mostly not stuck in traffic. Maximum number of times whenever I have to go from an area to another, I've always timed it so that even before people wake up, I'm in that area, and post people sleeping, I go back to my area. And if it is a really tight area that I got to go, I don't really use my cars. I ride my bike around. And like I said, timing is everything. Before 7 to 8:39 is okay. Post 9 to 11 is not okay. And then 11 to 2:30 is okay. From 3 to 5 is not okay. And then again 5 to 6 is okay. Post 6 to 8 is not okay. So there are different brackets.
Right. Okay. Quickly, I'll make C3 as my move. So yeah, I think Big Boss Hodaga, I'm sure there was competition there as well, locked in a room. for a person who is ನನಗೆ personally, as a person who was outside watching it, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ, you in real life you can just run away from people who you don't get along, as simple as
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
When you're locked in, how did you keep your cool? What was the competition within the house like? ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ, because this can happen, if not in a big boss house, it can happen in your meeting room, in your office, where you have to deal
Yes.
with people you don't like. How did that
Yes.
work for you?
See, I practice patience every day, and it's not just it's not just that that's something that you are born with, alwa. Nange, I will take the example of the Bangalore traffic itself. Bangalore traffic can teach you everything. Yeah, it will teach you patience. It'll teach you perseverance. It'll teach you how to be hopeful. It'll teach you it'll teach you many things. So, and plus, since I've traveled the world around, I've met different kind of people, and I think my how can I say, threshold to bearing these kind of things is really, really far ahead than normal, and that also comes with practice. I also I have to tell myself as to this is temporary. It's just that I have to deal with this now, and I don't really have to deal with this later on. But given in that time frame, there are certain things that I would react, if not how patient I am, because there are certain boundaries and principles I walk with in my life. So I think that kind of made it easy for me, since I was traveling, and I'm always in how can I say, elements which are not really friendly. Especially when you're racing, when I'm doing cross country rallies, I'm always exposed to natural elements which are really hostile. It's not a joke. And when compared to that, this is nothing at all. So that kind of gave me that ease, saying, okay, I put myself in a lot more danger than this can pose any. So this is not really something that I should even be worried or be bothered with. And dealing with such things, you kind of makes you a better person, right? So that's how I kind of lived inside.
Yeah, I'll give you some time for the next move while I read some comments again.
Yes.
I see some challenging names from the Big Boss house coming up. Yeah, I think overall, yeah. Oh, Kannada matadi antare. Yes. Nanu, if it's a scripted thing, I would definitely do. Ilde conversation ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. ಬಟ್ ಸೊ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ನೋಟ್, ಈಗ ಹಾಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಬಿನ್ ಥ್ರೂ, ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಓ ಫಕ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಗಿವ್ ಅಪ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿತ್ತು?
I think ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲ್ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ರೇಟ್ ದಿ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಔಟಿಂಗ್. ರೇಟ್ ದಿ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ is one of the toughest races in the whole world. ಅದು ಮನಾಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರಂಗ್ದುಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಗಿಲ್ ರಂಗ್ದುಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸೀಸನ್. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮನಾಲಿ, ರೋತಾಂಗ್, ಕಸೋಲ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕುಂಜುಮ್ ಪಾಸು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ದ್ರಾಸ್, ಕಾರ್ಗಿಲ್, ರಂಗ್ದುಮ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸರ್ಚು. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಎಂತ ಹಾಸ್ಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಹಾಸ್ಟೈಲ್. -15, -20 ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಗಾಡಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಐಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ರೋಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ 18,000 feet ಡ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಬಾಡಿನೂ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಡಿನೂ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ಕಾಣಿಸಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಟಿಮಿಡೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಒಂದು ಟೊಪೋಗ್ರಫಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಡಿ ಓಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್. ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್, ದೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is
But
something.
you see, like again, Nangadantara, it's haunting what you said. You said you,
Yes.
you practice patience every day, right?
Howd. Howd.
How, how is that? Like, is there an exercise? What do you do to practice patience, or do you just talk to one of your friends who can test your patience?
No, see, it's not easy to practice patience. Even I lose my patience very, very quickly and very easily. And
Okay,
how I practice is whenever, especially like Bangalore traffic can teach you patience. So if I'm making my way and suddenly you come, across me and block my way, I would want to, shout at you and say, "Are you blind?" But
right, right,
that would make me like that would make me like ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ
correct.
ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ತರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಐ ಮೇಕ್ ಅನ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಸೇ ದಟ್. That is how you rewire yourself. And this supposedly really happens as when you want to do something like that, and when you stop yourself from doing it because you know it is going to bother you later on, that is called rewiring or reprogramming or rewiring your brain to be different. And this I do every day, like even as simple as a traffic violation can help you build your patience, or standing in a queue can, or there are many things that can help you. These are normal everyday exercises that will help you. Only thing is that you'll have to make a conscious effort to make it count.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, see, on that note, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is your move, Ivaga.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see. Okay. There is a collab video possible. I'm sure collab video is possible. Just send Arvind the message. How do people reach out to you, Arvind? Instagram and DM, or what works best for you?
See, most of the times it's DMs and all of that, but then I'm not really, ಹೇಗೆ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
Okay.
ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಅಂಡ್ DMs ಸುಮಾರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ someone can reach me. Instagram ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮೇಲ್ ID ಇದೆ, and that is one of the most common ways to get in touch with me. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಈಸಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೇ. ಅಂಡ್ ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ DMs ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದವ್ರದ್ದು ನಾನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ DMs ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ, ಸಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ, ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್, ದೇ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ನಂದು ಯಾವ್ದು ನಾನು ಮುಂಚೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಐ ಕೀಪ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. So that is how mails are the best way to get in touch.
See, on one note, I have this OCD of checking every message and mail that comes to me, right? On one side. On the other,
Correct.
whether it's positive, negative, whatever it is. But on the side, looking at your profile, it's all love and adulation, right? Don't you have the itch? Don't you have the itch to check every message?
See, I do, but then there's so much. There are thousands of messages which are still on the request part ali, savara messages idave, and until now I've been so held up that I do not find time to sit on my phone and go through each of it. So
Correct.
like you said, I've been fortunate enough to only see hearts and love and praises and wishes, well wishes, and on and on and on and on. Like you said, ಬರೀ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಗಳು, ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆತರ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬಯಸುವವರೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಮೆಸೇಜಸ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ಲಕ್ಷಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಇದಾವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂಡ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಲ್ಲಿ 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕೂರಲ್ಲ, ಆತರ ಲೈಫ್ ನಂದು. ಅಂಡ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಗಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ 10 ದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಆತರ ಸೋಂಬೇರಿನೂ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸೊ ಆ 10 ದಿನ ಸೋಂಬೇರಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಿಂಡೋ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಅದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮುಟ್ಟದೆ ಇವತ್ ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದ್ ಫೋನ್ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದ್ ಫೋನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Are you a tech geek? ಒಂಥರ do you like your gadgets ಅಥವಾ are you like ಫೋನ್ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಅನ್ನೋ ತರನ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. I like good stuff. I like good gadgets which work well, which is efficient, and which looks good and which has good market value as well. But other than that, I think I'm not really ashtu intense agi extreme geekness illa. But I like my smart watches. I do like my phones to be good. I do have my AirPods and gadgets like that. So all of that I'm inclined towards, but tumba extreme level illa.
But you haven't ordered your iPhone 15 yet?
No, not yet. Adu nimma review nodudvalla.
So you can hold back for another release, so it's okay. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, it is your move.
Yes sir.
I've tried to trap your queen a few times now. So you've been running away well. So see, on this note, right? So the last 3 moves, I was thinking, Nana, I'll bring your queen here and then I'll move your knight there. Atharadella, right? So be it in motorsport or general life, do you anticipate your opponent's moves and then see what you have to do? And then is there a time when that has worked in something like a race or in outside of a race also? And what's your biggest failure in terms of planning that is happening?
Anticipation is the key, even in your life. It's not just chess. It's even in my off-road racing also, or any form of racing. Anticipation is the key. Even in the streets, anticipation is the key. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ನು ನನ್ನ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಅವನ ವೀಲ್ ನ ನೋಡಿ I can anticipate if he is going to turn or if he is going to go straight, or when there is a bus stop, I'm already looking under the bus, so I can, if there are feet, I can see if there are feet which are trying to cross the road. So these are all the kind of anticipations that you do when you're on the street. Racing allo aste, there are certain angles that work for a corner alwa. Racing corner is an angle. So ಒಬ್ಬ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, if he is getting into a corner from the inside and if his momentum is too fast, as fast as mine when I am on the outside, if he's trying to make the corner here, he will end up going to the outside in the exit. So if I am in the outside when I am entering, I am tend to make the exit from the inside. Which is going to be which is going to turn out to be an advantage for me to make time on him and to make a move on him also, which is only possible if I anticipate where he is going before the corner while entering into the corner in the straightaway.
Right.
So this is exactly how I think even chess, like you said, ivaga ಕ್ವೀನ್ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ತಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಮತ್ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇಟ್ರಿ, ಅವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರು ಆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರು ಬಂದು ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಆ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಇಟ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ, ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಇಂಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್, ಈ ಗಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. You have to keep it alive ಅಷ್ಟೇ. You have to keep brushing it. ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅನ್ಸ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಅನ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ರೈಟ್.
ಸೊ ಅದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ತು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಜೀವಂತವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ನಾವೇ ಹೊಣೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲಿ Karan is saying, I feel KP sir will be a professor. And then he says in mechanical department.
I can be a professor. ಹೇಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, garage ಅಲ್ಲಿ the mechanical department I can be a professor. I can be a professor, half professor in physiotherapy, half professor in orthopedics, half professor in half professor in dog training. ಅತ್ರ ಸುಮಾರು ಇದೆ.
No, dog training, my God, a video which you shared a few days ago was unbelievable, right? So in comments only there are bunch of questions to Divya as well, but I have to say these are two different individuals. So one of the episodes when we have Divya on, I'll ask Divya questions also, right? So we'll ask Divya directly, right? So for now we'll keep it to Aravind. So it's your move, Aravind.
Yes, I'm just
see. Sure. Take your time. Yes, how is Dawn? That's one of the questions. Of course, this is the dog, right?
Yes, Dawn has become Dawn was Dawn earlier. Now he's become Dawn. he's grown up. He's a year and a month, or maybe slightly over 2 months now. And
right.
Yeah, he's just like any other kid. He doesn't want to listen. He wants to listen, but then he's distracted. His attention span is very, very minimal, and every 30 seconds he wants something new. So I'm still under process of making him myself being very important in his life.
Right. Yeah.
So
No.
And then I had left him with my parents because I was a little busy with shooting and traveling and all of that. So there was kind of a big break which came in between. So we kind of went apart in connectivity wise, but now he's living with me, and like I said, I'm working hard to make myself the most important stuff in his life.
Yeah. See, ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ್ಲೂ you're saying how you grew up with dogs and the likes of those, right? So I'm assuming dogs are an integral part of you now. So
yes.
Of your life entirely, right?
Yes.
So when we got a dog, the one thing that I saw was the empathy. Ivaga ontara now we've become a different family altogether because of a dog as well. Like, has that been your experience as well?
Yes, definitely. See, they also, like you said, the first thing that they teach you is empathy. The most important thing, better than that, they teach you is unconditional love. They don't care if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're short, if you're tall, if you're light skinned, if you're dark skinned, if you're bald, if you're nothing, ಯಾವುದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದ್ 2 ಡೇಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರು 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಬಾಲ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು. See, that forgiveness that they have, and the empathy that they have, and the love that they show, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಗುಡ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಡೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. And there is so much more of companionship that you get to learn from them. And I think they teach us a lot of things. And like I said, I was fortunate enough to grow up with dogs and cats and all of that. So Naigalu, they've taught me a lot of life hacks and life lessons, and how to be expressive, and things like that.
Right. Yeah, and I didn't know what an unconditional love was until then, right? It's like crazy what dogs can do to you. ಇದು ಏನು, have you grown up with other than dogs, like cats or anything, any of such things?
Yes, I had ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು 10-12 ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳಿದ್ವು. ಒಂದ್ 2-3 ನಾಯಿಗಳಿದ್ವು, ಒಟ್ಟೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ 13-12 ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಇದ್ವು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಬೆಳ್ದಿರೋದು. ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನೂ ನೋಡಿದೀನಿ, ನಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನೂ ನೋಡಿದೀನಿ. ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ. ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳು ದೇವ್ರು ಅವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ, ನಾಯಿಗಳು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅ ಡಾಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಏನು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅಂತ. ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಚಂದವೇ, ಬಟ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಅವರ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಅವ್ರು ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ನಾಯಿಗಳ ತರ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಒಂಥರ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಲಿ ಗಾರ್ಡೆಡ್.
ಹೌದು,
ಒಂಥರ ಆಪಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ. So see, ಈ ತರ with a range of things that you've done and everything, right? How do you deal, like, has there been moments of guilt? Idella, like, has that happened to you? How do you deal with guilt, if any? Like, it could be guilt in terms of, id nan ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು on a professional or even a personal thing, right? Keeping the professional thing aside, which we've talked a lot about. On a personal front, is guilt a thing for you?
See, it depends. If I hurt somebody intentionally, then I would definitely be guilty. But if I've done something unintentionally and it turns out to be something else, which is not in my how can I say, which is not in my knowledge or in my ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ನಾನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಹರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದುಂಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಅದು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗಿಲ್ಟಿ ಆಗಿರೋದುಂಟು. ಬಟ್ ಅನ್ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಗಿಲ್ಟಿ ನಾನು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. And mostly post that, when I've corrected myself, I've always made the right decisions, and I've always made some good decisions also, which might have not looked good then or good to others, but I don't regret that. adra ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಗಿಲ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ರಿಗ್ರೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನೋ ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಲ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ I've always made sure that ಆ ತರ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಅಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪೋ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆದಾಗ, ಇಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ನಾವೇನು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಳತೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಅಳತೆಗಿಂತ ಕೆಳಗಾದಾಗ ಅದೊಂಥರ ನೋವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಆ ಅಳತೆಗಿಂತ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂತ ಕೆಲ್ಸಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗ್ ಬರುವಂತ ಕೆಲ್ಸಗಳು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಗಿಲ್ಟು ಕಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಸತತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ, ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವೇ. ಯಾವುದು ಓವರ್ ನೈಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆತರ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡೇ ಬಿಡುವಂತದ್ದು.
Are you quick to say sorry to people?
Yes, I am. I'm very quick to say sorry. If I made that mistake, I have no guilt in accepting it. I'll man up and I'll take it and I'll apologize and I will see to it that it doesn't repeat.
Yeah. No, KP sir is kind of divine. Couldn't agree more. I've made my queen move. So quick check on the time, KP. I know I asked you for an hour. We are 20 minutes over. How are you on time?
We can go another 10 minutes, no problem.
Yeah. So I think we're good. It's been a great conversation as well. We'll wrap up the game soon. So and then I see so the one question that I have right now is, how is your focus on the game versus how on the chat? How is that going?
I am actually, to be honest, my focus on the game is so. My I will like, I don't care whatever happens. ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ किंग चाहिए ले लो, तुम्हें क्या कौन मंत्री चाहिए ले लो, Bishop चाहिए ले लो, सब ले लो.
Yeah. Then I think that's where I am as well. But Andre, it's been a great game, Andre. Ontara pretty steady. I think the game is going pretty well. Idralli, we can wrap this up, perhaps Idralli. So in the last few things, again, so to speak, right? So there are lots of things happening, right? One, the only thing that I want to ask you really is defeats, right? Defeats are very common. You actually touched upon it a little bit. One defeat ಅಲ್ಲಿ you take your time to get out of the defeat itself because it has its own impact. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ how do you ensure it contributes to your growth? We'll treat this as a wrap-up question.
The defeat is something that I take I can't take defeats. I'm very, that will trigger my extra power and my motivation and my conviction and everything. What I normally do is I use my I use my highs to create create the momentum and lows to create conviction.
Nice.
Did I say it right? Yes.
I think so. ನಾನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. And then I use my highs to
yes, I use my highs to create the momentum and use my lows to create conviction. So nice. when I am at the high, I kind of make sure that the high continues, and whenever I hit the ground, I make sure to create that conviction to get back up high and higher most of the times, and do better. And like I said, I'm a bad loser. I get really pissed, and I'm very hard on myself most of the times.
Right.
Is it
good to be
I'm not a sore loser, but I'm not. I don't. There is difference, right? I'm not a sore loser. Being a sore loser is like it's like you don't accept it. But I'm not that. I accept my failure, but then I don't take it really lightly. I like I said, I create conviction and I make it a point that I do things that I have done and 10 times better.
Right. No, that's amazing. I've written it down, KP. Highs to create momentum, lows for conviction. Innellaro, when the moment is right, I'm going to say this is my line and not credit you even. Right? No, I think for us, I think the conversation has been great, Idrali, and then I want to wrap this up. But behind the scenes, we'll wrap up the game also, so that we can be a little quicker. But I do want to end the stream here. But KP, thank you so much for doing this, and it's a pleasure. It's an honor to know you, connect with you, play with you now. Now I can claim that ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಜೊತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡಿದೀವಪ್ಪ. I will wear this
ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಆಡಿದೀವಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
I'll wear this as a badge of honor. And for people watching, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining online. ಇದು send me messages and then I'll ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ Instagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ use this episode link, and then based on that I will send the names of the winners for the movie tickets at the end of it. And thank you for your support again. So I'll end the stream here, and watch out, I'll eventually tell you what happened to the game on a post perhaps. So I'll stop sharing. But any parting thoughts, KP? I'll then before I stop the live stream.
Well, thank you so much for getting into things that normally people don't really get into. Then just asking ಯಾವಾಗ ಮದುವೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಗು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಏನು ಅದು ಅಂತ. Which ಇದು ಅದು ಇದ್ದಿರೋದೆ. That is normal, and that will happen when it is supposed to happen and when it is meant to happen. But
Right.
I think you were able to get into really good stuff and shed some light as to how things are from first person perspective. So thank you for this opportunity, and we'll play a lot more chess from now on, and whenever I find time. This I really, I'll also
Yeah.
in the back end I'll also play some chess and prep my skills, and
Yes.
we'll see how it goes in the future.
No, the
And thank you
moment I
for this
announced,
opportunity.
no, pleasure's all mine.
Yes.
Some books, and then I prepped for the podcast as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Vinay.
we'll see you next week on the next episode, guys. Look out for the next amazing guest. I'll just stop the live stream, but the game goes on. Yeah, keep watching to see what happens to the game. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining online. Do subscribe
Thank you,
and share.
everybody. Thank you, everybody, whoever came online and have been a part of this conversation. Thank you all, and I hope you can make.
KP lost your audio.
Okay, thank you all for tuning